Thank you so much for joining us on a brand new episode of 420 grams. मैं जी कतर में नहीं हूँ, मैं गोवा में बैठा हूँ, इसलिए आप मेरे पीछे देख सकते हैं थोड़ी यहाँ पे धूप निकली हुई है। धूप को छुपाया है मैंने, नहीं तो क्योंकि अगर धूप सामने आ जाएगी तो मेरा चेहरा नहीं दिखेगा आपको। फिर आपको लगेगा कि सूर्य भगवान खुद आपसे बात कर रहे हैं, मगर लेकिन बात ऐसी है नहीं। मैं गोवा में बैठा हूँ लेकिन मेरा जो भाई है, जो हमारा दाढ़ी वाला भाई है, जो अक्सर सिस्टम पे वार करता है, वो हमारा भाई बैठा है कतर में, क्योंकि उसके अंदर है अलग किस्म की डेडिकेशन। उसने पता नहीं कितने सैकड़ों फीफा वर्ल्ड कप्स, यूरो चैंपियनशिप्स, आई लीग गेम्स, आईएसएल, नो 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 नो, आई लीग गेम्स, संतोष ट्रॉफी, पता नहीं क्या क्या नहीं किया है उस इंसान ने। जितना लाइव स्टेडियम में भाई फुटबॉल मैच देखा है, मेरे ख्याल से उससे ज्यादा बहुत कम लोग होंगे जितना इस इंसान ने किया है। और उसकी ना उसके पैशन की दाद देनी पड़ेगी भाई की। उस भाई का नाम है सिद्धांत ऐनी। कहाँ हो भाई, आप छुपे कहाँ हो? सामने आओ, शो अस योर लवली फेस। अब ये जो सामने शक्ल है, सिद्धांत जो है दोहा में बैठे हुए हैं अभी। ही इज गोइंग टू कवर द ग्रुप स्टेजेस ऑफ द वर्ल्ड कप। और सिद्धांत को जैसे ही वो आए हैं, उनको कब्जा कर लिया गया है। नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ हिज सेक्सुअलिटी, not because he was drinking beer in the stadium, not because he was displaying the rainbow flag, but just purely because of his face. They said you cannot be here. तो आपको हम कैद कर रहे हैं। तो उनको उनको हाउस अरेस्ट में डाल दिया गया है। और उसी हाउस अरेस्ट से सिस्टम से लड़ाई करते हुए, इंटरनेट की तार चुराते हमारे सामने अपनी शक्ल दिखाते हुए हमारे भाई साथ में आ गए हैं। भाई गुड टू सी यू, क्या हाल है?
For a long
बहुत
ass
दिन
intro for it.
भाई भाई, खाना मिल रहा है कि नहीं ये
हाँ,
बताओ पहले।
बिल्कुल
हाँ,
बिल्कुल जबरदस्त
दे
खाना
रहे हैं
मिल
खाना?
रहा
हाँ,
है। हाँ,
खाना मिल रहा है ना? और
बहुत
आर दे
जबरदस्त।
टेकिंग गुड केयर ऑफ यू?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, much better than any European has ever done. Yeah.
ये गो इन्फेंटिनो।
It begins.
ये ये तो भाई, ये जो वर्ल्ड कप है ये तो आपके लिए बना हुआ है। ये वर्ल्ड कप, इस
बिल्कुल
वर्ल्ड कप में जो माल मसाला ऑफ द फील्ड है, दिस इज लाइक इट इज गोइंग टू बी ऑन गोइंग। बट ओके, जोक्स असाइड, when did you land? What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Oh, a couple of days ago, actually. So things started, of course, last night, as we all know. Um, I got in a couple of days earlier, trying
Hmm.
to find my feet, get organized a little bit, figure out what's going on here. And there's quite a lot going on, like you mentioned. काफी discussion चल रहा है, particularly English media पे, और confusion बहुत है.
की आदत
Like
है
my
भाई पुरानी।
like my friend here was saying, welcome to Qatar, a place where
हाँ।
nothing is clear, and everyone is happy.
सही बोला उसने। हाँ।
So yeah, that's the scene. Yeah, like I'm also writing some bits for the New Indian Express. What I was saying in the opening piece was that it's the most compact World Cup that at least I have been to. Uh,
Geographically।
Geographically, yeah. Everyone is coming into the same city.
Hmm.
All the games are within a 50-kilometer radius or so. So it's a great chance for actually fans of football or fans of events or whatever brings you to an event like FIFA World Cup finals,
हाँ, हाँ।
to actually get all of that feel. And I don't know. I have to say that, like, what you read in the press isn't always 100%.
It's someone else's opinion, it's some किसी और का नजरिया है वो देखने का जिंदगी को।
Yeah, and that perspective is very important because, like, जो आप कह रहे थे ना कि ये मतलब सबसे जो I think as of now, of course, has to be said that, like, there is a certain privilege that comes with attending this event and those who
हम्म,
are participating in it. Even
हम्म,
within Doha, the bubble of those who will participate actively in terms of attending events, attending matches, and having or enjoying the fun aspect of it, it's limited to a privileged bubble, no doubt. Uh, and so the questioning needs to be more introspective than कि ये कतर ने ये किया या कतर में ये राइट्स हैं या
हम्म,
you know this is how things work in the Middle East and this region, or in Muslim countries or whatever. Yeah. So these, I mean, it's important. It feels to us as brown people like ये हमारा World Cup है. 25% of the population approximately.
हाँ, मैं
The
वही पूछ रहा था कि आपको यू वोंट हैव बीन फीलिंग एलियन? वहाँ
no,
पे तो
absolutely not.
अपने मलयाली भाई भरे होंगे वहाँ पे।
Not just Malayali, I mean all kinds. So like even the official sort of cell phone carrier, right? When you get your language choices, one of the language choices you get is Hindi, and maybe Malayali also, and all of that. So I suppose I understand if some people from the West feel a bit alien being in this part of the world. And I think a lot of the outpouring of outrage over various things, whether it's beer at the stadium or
is stemming from that. Is
it
stemming from
comes
that.
from
ये
that.
क्या है? हमने
Yeah,
नहीं देखा ऐसा कुछ।
yeah. हम थोड़ा uncomfortable
हाँ,
feel कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. Yeah.
हाँ, हाँ।
So that perspective and the language that is being used, no one is denying the work that these people have done. I mean, investigations into migrant worker rights, the kind of treatment or compensation packages that the families of the workers who have died in building these stadiums have received or not. That's valuable work. But the perspective from which it comes needs to be questioned.
अरे
And
भाई,
yeah, it needs to be looked at in a I think a more holistic
वही
scenario.
भाई मैं यहाँ बैठा हूँ गोवा में।
Hmm.
मैं वही कल सोच रहा था बैठ के। बिकॉज़
Hmm.
यहाँ बैठ के क्या होता है, आदमी बैठ के अकेला सोचते रहता है बैठ के। मैं सोच रहा था कि यहाँ पे देयर सो मेनी प्लेसेस बिकॉज़ मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पीपल इज़ कि
Yeah,
अच्छा वहाँ अच्छा सीन है, अरे वहाँ अच्छा क्राउड नहीं है, वहाँ ये है। एंड आई एम जस्ट रियलाइजिंग दैट द what defines us and what differentiates us, right? If we use that from a power of or from a mountain where we're saying Arey, we are better than you, then that very same difference is your biggest weakness.
yeah,
But if you use it as a difference saying अरे वाह, ये देखो जी, ये कोई अलग है, ये मैंने कभी नहीं देखा, ये
yeah,
एक अलग नजरिया है दुनिया दुनिया जीने का, तो ये
yeah.
आपकी सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ बनती है।
हाँ मतलब at least
आप इंक्लूसिव नहीं ना, फिर आप इंक्लूसिव नहीं रहते, फिर आप खुलते हो
yeah,
नहीं।
yeah. So I mean, not to sort of confuse Gianni Infantino as like a person who is among the leading lights of post-colonial thinking or anything, but some of
बात
the
तो ठीक
things
बोली
that he
थी
said,
उसने एक, हाँ, बात ठीक
some
बोली
of
थी
the
उसने।
things, हाँ, some कुछ कुछ तो जायज है कि आप आपको अगर घर बैठ के गाली देनी है तो दे सकते हैं, आप कोई मना नहीं कर रहा है, right?
हम्म,
But the other option is if you have the choice, if you have the privilege, if you have all of those things, then why not come and check it out and then decide for yourself what's what.
basically what
From,
he's saying is we're not living in a perfect world, we're living in a very imperfect world, just accept it.
yeah,
We're
absolutely.
living in a,
Accept it, work in whatever way you can to change it, no doubt. I mean, no one is saying don't complain at all.
yeah.
और हमसे ज्यादा कोई नहीं कंप्लेन करता है वैसे भी
हम
हमारी तो
सही बात।
आदत है. हाँ.
हाँ,
बट बट वो जो थोड़ा फ्रेमवर्क है उसको भी अपने आप में क्वेश्चन करने की जरूरत है.
भाई हमारे प्रेसिडेंट साहब है वहाँ पे, इज ही देयर और नॉट देयर?
कौन से?
कौन से एक ही प्रेसिडेंट है, उनको पुराने वाले को निकाल के अब जो नए वाले हैं, कल्याण चौबे।
Oh, अच्छा. I'm not sure actually at this point. I'm
बिकॉज
maybe at some point he will be.
he's he's heavy on social media, bro. So he was thanking the supreme leader and so on and so
Right, right.
forth, and saying thank you for putting me and whatever. And we'll be ready to host events soon of this stature and so on. I think
Yeah,
he's there. आपको in
possibly.
fact
I will send a message.
if you get a chance, you should try finding out if he's there or
No,
not.
absolutely. I was also thinking maybe Igor Stimac will be here at some point. Croatia, of course, are playing. And, because of Qatar Airways and the kind of connectivity and also the geographic location of this place, it's relatively easy to get to. Whether you're coming from Europe, whether you're coming from Africa, whether you're coming from Asia, maybe it's harder for the Americans and some people further in the West or Australians to get here. But people are here, man. So the city is like buzzing with fans from all over. In any case, in a country of 3.5 million or so, most people here are migrants across the board. Locals are only about 3 lakh, 3.5 lakh type. So it's a 90% migrant population. So in any case, there is a sort of wide variety of people that
सिटी
are
सिटी सिटी में बस
present.
था मैच के दौरान.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
मतलब so
so
I
also
know.
because it's a super rich country, among the richest countries in the world. So they have been able to, and it's not a democracy, at least not in the Western parliamentary sort of sense of it. So school holidays are on from yesterday onwards, right? Many of the offices, etc., have been instructed to, or government offices, etc. Obviously, not those providing essential services, but everyone else has time off. So they are doing what they can to create. Public transport is free. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the city. So there is a buzz that's being created. And obviously, again, locals, depending on what part of society they belong to and all of that, some people will have reservations. Traffic badega. There are road closures. You have to take a longer route to get to your office or wherever you generally go to, because some roads are restricted to. It's a small place, and only 1/3 of the entire population of the country is being sort of expanded. So that will lead to some issues, and we see from headlines, right? Congestion issues, overcrowding issues. So things that those of us who live in the global south, in places like India, we are used to. कहीं भी जाए हम, मापसा मार्केट जाएंगे आप मच्छी खरीदने, तो वहां भी ओवरक्राउडिंग तो होगा ही सुबह ना.
और वहाँ भी हमारी शक्ल देख के ज़्यादा पैसा माँगते हैं.
हाँ, तो ये सब तो these are things that perhaps the developed world or the first world or the West or whatever you want to call it are not so used to, but that's why it feels like it's थोड़ा अपना World Cup है. Not that अपना World Cup है किसी भी एंगल से, ये मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ बिल्कुल भी, है तो World Cup of capitalism ही.
Welcome back to the show. We had lost you for 12 minutes and 43 seconds, bhai, but we've got you back.
No, there was a very proud email from FIFA saying how all of the sponsorship slots have been sold out.
7 billion. I think they're making $1 billion more than what Russia made commercially, is what I read.
Yeah,
They're predicting that.
Not that Russia made anything, but FIFA made. Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah.
I'm just.
And this is in a 4-year cycle. Let's also clearly understand or accept that in a 4-year cycle, the only event that FIFA organizes that makes money is the Men's World Cup finals. That's it. Everything else is
everything else is PR.
Everything else is yeah. So this is kind of, I mean, based on the structure that there is, this is the event that funds all of the other stuff that happens. We can question and we can talk about whether that should be the case or it should be more broad-based or there should be other options or things like that. But that's how it is at this point. And so it makes it important, I guess, without capitalism, you wouldn't be on a call right now. इस पे अगर बात करना शुरू करते हैं तो कहीं और ही चली जाएगी. तो लेट्स
भाई को जेल हो जाएगी. भाई को उसके बारे में सोचो, उसको वापस आना है. नहीं पर भाई अच्छा फुटबॉल की बात करते हैं, ठीक है. सी आई एम सेइंग ये जो वर्ल्ड कप है ये प्लेटर वाला वर्ल्ड कप है फॉर जर्नलिस्ट्स, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अगर आपको फुटबॉल समझ आए ना समझ आए, उसके अलावा इतनी सारी चीजें, ह्यूमन राइट्स, ये वो आचा पाचा नॉन स्टॉप गाड़ी चलते रहेगी आपकी. पर फुटबॉल की बात करते हैं. क्या था वो ऑफसाइड, एंड are you finding it bizarre? Because I tried seeing in the replays, they haven't spent time on it. They haven't tried खींचोइंग, मेरे को दिखा ही नहीं replays में. So I had to see, because I've seen the highlights. Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't see the game. सॉरी, डिडंट हैव टाइम फॉर इट. बट समझ में नहीं आया मुझे. मैंने कहा यार ये क्या है, ये गोलकीपर के आगे आ गया तो आपने दिया, पर वहां पे 3 प्लेयर पीछे हैं. किस
हाँ.
चीज का आपने ऑफसाइड दिया है?
So yeah, it was a bit, and I was watching some of the halftime analysis on television. The
Which one were you
reaction
watching? Were you
from
watching the Indian halftime? I hope you're not watching
no,
that.
no, no, no. But I can't, right? Because I'm not
अच्छा,
there,
हाँ,
so it's
हाँ, हाँ.
geolocation blocked and all that. So I'm watching it on BN Sports, which is the official broadcaster for this part. So there was Gary Neville and a bunch of people, and the
Yeah,
reaction was like, hmm, ha, hmm, hmm.
that's it. That's
No
it.
one really knows. No one really knows what to say.
हाँ.
But the fact is some new technology that they're introducing. They're using 3D imaging to really figure it out. And what
मतलब सो वो लाइन वाइन नहीं दिखेगी अब.
दिखेगी दिखी थी, in fact it was there on screen. So
हाँ,
what they do is they won't show you the actual camera image. They'll show you a
हाँ.
3D render of it. And what was offside was Anna Valencia, I think, his
एना वेलेंसिया, या.
right leg from the knee down. So it's like
कहाँ
offside.
भाई, उसके पीछे 2 खिलाड़ी थे नहीं?
हाँ,
गलत
but
कह रहा हूँ मैं?
उसकी टांग आ गई थी उनसे, like just by that much. And the line was there, and they at least that's what they show. So
If that was the case, then okay, ठीक है, then सही है भाई.
yeah,
That's what VAR
yeah,
is for.
yeah.
It's
That
for
yeah.
zero error.
So we can have a long discussion about like whether it makes sense or
No,
not, whether it kills the joy
मेरे
of
साथ नहीं
football
होगा.
or not,
मेरे साथ नहीं होगा. It's simple.
right?
Technology is
तो
there, black and white.
अब
There's no
आपने
gray area.
एक्सेप्ट कर
खत्म
लिया
बात.
है कि ये टेक्नोलॉजी हम यूज कर रहे हैं, तो अगर कर रहे हैं तो then it needs to be 100%, I guess, or as close to 100% as possible. So
पर
so
मैं
in
आपको
that,
बताऊं, मैं मैच देख रहा था.
hmm.
मैं तो कह रहा था ये, हा, कतार. Now you know how it feels to be India at a big tournament. That is the first thing that came to my mind. ये
Yeah.
बंदे सही में भाई
I was
ये
having the
खेल
same
नहीं पा रहे.
conversation with people who I was watching that, like, these are obviously, it's one of the top Asian footballing countries, और इनको मतलब idea नहीं है, because I guess most of the games they play
And their
and they're
preparations, they've done hardcore preparations, भाई.
yeah, but again, most of it is limited to playing against other Asian nations, right? Where you are kind of at par or at least competitive, right? But here, you're facing a completely different. I mean, you're facing a side where like there are Premier League players, there are players who are playing in Turkey, etc., etc. Whereas all of your guys are playing in the domestic league, and that's never going to be up to scratch.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gap between Asian football and the rest of the world is there for everyone to see.
But
And
was
yeah,
it that bad?
and,
Like what you see India playing a Qatar, and you see that gap, that huge
yeah,
gap.
same gap
Did
you
it feel
see.
like that?
Yeah.
Did it feel like that?
Of course it does. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
Because
mean, Simon
they don't
Cooper.
get to touch the ball, right? Maybe in the second
Right.
half, because Ecuador
हाँ.
also kind of relaxed. They also understood. मतलब परख लिया था उन्होंने ना कि हमारे ऑपोजिशन का क्या लेवल है, क्या सीन होने वाला है.
चिल कर लो,
तो
save
तो
yourself,
थोड़ा
save
रिलैक्स
yourself
कर
कर
सकते
लो.
हैं, हाँ, अपना गेम खेल सकते हैं. एंड
But यार भाई साइमन कूपर तो कह रहा है this is the worst team I've ever seen at a World Cup. Is it that bad? That bad?
साइमन कूपर, हाय साइमन.
Hi Simon.
दोस्त हैं भाई हम
That
लोग.
bad यार.
एक बार
नहीं
हम
आप
ओलंपिक्स पे बैठे थे, बात कर रहे थे, भाई हॉकी समझने की कोशिश कर रहा था मेरे से. उसको
अच्छा
समझ
भाई,
नहीं आ रहा था
पर
ये हो
नहीं तो
क्या.
मतलब यार मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, मैं क्या
But-
भाई, ये तो इस बंदे ने देखा है वही खेल. Is it
हाँ,
that bad? Is it worse than a Saudi Arabia? Is it worse than a
no, you will see Saudi tomorrow against Argentina, and they will prove to be even worse. I have no doubt of that. I thought Qatar were all right, actually.
Yeah, I didn't think they were that bad. Like to be
Loss
labeled as
on
the
your
worst
World Cup,
team ever.
exactly. A 2-0 loss on your World Cup debut, irrespective of the opposition you're facing and all of those things, is really not a bad start to any kind of scenario. And okay, maybe it wasn't a game that a football fan will sit and watch like you didn't watch.
No.
We are only watching it for, I guess, academic reasons. कि अब आए हैं कवर कर रहे हैं टूर्नामेंट तो देखना तो
तो
बनता है.
देख ले तो चले. हाँ.
Yeah, and obviously one of the purposes of being here is to see the best Asian teams that are there. So hopefully over the course, if I, like you're saying, don't get put in jail, then I'll be watching Japan, Korea, Australia. Who's the other Asian? Of course, Saudi. Uh, so yeah, not being able to pass the ball, not being able to hold possession, the need to defend, right? They are not used to defending for 90 minutes like India.
Yeah, exactly, bro. True.
I would say
Good point.
that in a sense, if India were playing this tournament, we might have done a little bit better because we are used to playing in that way every time we play, irrespective of who the opposition is, pretty much. Right?
थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो
These
गया.
guys, these
But
guys are
हाँ,
used to
I get your
playing.
point.
Yeah, because these guys are used to, and like honestly, and when that counter happened and Almoez Ali had that Iran, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Almoez Ali had that chance, clear header. I mean, like
right.
that was
Friend of mine.
ऐसा chance नहीं मिलेगा
Yeah.
आपको. And I don't blame the coach for taking him off immediately
भाई
after.
कट
I
गई
mean,
मेरी. मैं क्या कह रहा था, मैं यहाँ पे कुछ स्पेनिश लोग आए हुए थे, उनसे बातचीत हो रही थी. तो उनने पहला सवाल पूछा, इज इंडिया प्लेइंग द वर्ल्ड कप? तो मैंने कहा है. मैंने कहा वर्ल्ड कप इज देयर, इंडिया इज देयर. ओके. तो वो समझ गए. फिर वो कहते हैं कतर वतर में मैंने थोड़ा ज्ञान पेला, क्योंकि आई सेड वी सीन दिस टीम रेगुलरली. आई सेड अलमोस बिकॉज़ ही हैड दैट एशियन कप रन भाई. आई थॉट ये लड़का. बट देन यू सॉ हिम विद दैट चांस एंड आई सेड अलमोज अली
come on.
भाई, ये आपका लेवल नहीं है. आई एम सॉरी, यू आर नॉट देयर. You're just not there. It's mean either you're there or you're not there. That composure was not there to finish that. Because उसके बाद they were just restricted to what an Indian team or what. Okay, let's forget India. I'm just saying what a what a team that's not used to playing this level of football does. कि जी बाहर से एक शॉट मिल गया तो आपने मार दिया, वो थोड़ा पास से चले गया, आपने लंबा बॉल खेल दिया, भाग रहे हैं आप, ये वो आचा पाचा. But to be labeled the worst, वो नहीं समझ में आया मेरे.
Yeah,
The worst.
I mean, again, it's that same white male perspective, man. I'm done with these guys, honestly. but also थोड़ा मजा आ रहा है भाई, इनका डिस्कम्फर्ट देख के ना, थोड़ा मजा तो आ रही है.
हाँ. आज आएगा. आज इंग्लैंड खेल रही.
हाँ, आज इंग्लैंड खेल रही है.
आज इंग्लैंड खेल रही है, ईरान इंग्लैंड.
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
And then
I
the
have to write
Dutch
a
are playing.
preview.
I think the Dutch are playing. Senegal and Dutch. That's
Yeah,
the game
I'm
of
going to
today,
watch.
man.
That's
That's
the
the
game I'm
cracker
going to
game.
watch today.
क्या कह रहे हैं यहाँ पे? हाँ, I agree. This Shashank Shekhar has written the right thing. Why South American teams have a different intensity only. That even the Europeans can't match. That is
It's
a
not a
different
question. I
intensity.
don't know if it's a question of yeah, of course, intensity is one part of it. Like when they were singing the national anthem, right? The goalkeeper's vein was popping, man. You know, so they are pumping themselves up. It's a World Cup, yeah, and like tens of thousands of Ecuadorians have come from Ecuador, from rainy Quito. They have landed in.
Oh, they've come from Ecuador.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, in like droves, like they do every time, you know. In Russia, I mean, the Peruvians were the stars of the show in terms of the fans. Just in terms like कोई घर बेच के आया, कोई गाड़ी बेच के आया, कोई अपने आप को बेच के आया, किडनी बेच के आया, जो भी करके पहुंच जाते हैं कहीं ना कहीं से अपनी टीम को सपोर्ट करने, right? And whether that is justified or not, whether we are just supporting some machine or not, forget about that. It's just a simple question of, I guess, a very innocent and basic love of the game. It takes us back to why when we started playing this game as kids, and why it's something that has stayed with us. अभी दाढ़ी वाड़ी सफेद हो गई है, तब भी हमारे साथ है.
क्या सफेद हो गया है?
So yeah.
What's your scene now? How are you approaching this? Are you going for some games?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and it's amazing because it's like वेकअप टाइम तो बहुत पहले हो गया था, ये कहाँ से कुकड़ आपका चिल्ला रहा है? एनीवे,
यहाँ पे चलते रहता है भाई।
आई थिंक इट्स लाइक ही इज ऑन माय टाइम।
नहीं भाई, ये मुर्गा आई थिंक इसको उन्होंने पता नहीं क्या दवा खिलाई हुई है।
हाँ,
इसने कुछ अफीम या कुछ खाई होगी, ये लगा रहता है दिन भर
वही
अपना
मेरे
भाई।
टाइम पे है।
नहीं नहीं, सुबह 6 बजे शुरू होता है भाई अपना।
तो
बट
लगा
बट
रहता है।
व्हाट्स द सीन, आर यू गोइंग आउट अबाउट, व्हाट कैन वी एक्सपेक्ट
Yeah,
over
no, absolutely. So I'll be
next
at
next 3 weeks?
Senegal, Netherlands today.
And are you allowed to film in the stadium? Are you allowed to shoot in the stadium? Are you allowed to do
No,
something
no,
or
of
no?
course not.
Complete ban. No, I'm not talking filming the game. I'm saying filming yourself
Oh yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do all of those basic things, social media stuff. We can have chats from the stadium. I'll hopefully be attending some press conferences, some mix zones, all of those things. So hoping to catch a few people, depending on how
okay.
things
तो
work
इनको
out.
क्या बोले हमारे हमारे जो भाई लोग अभी 63 पीपल, रिस्पेक्ट हाँ भाई लोगों, हमने ना कुछ आर्ट डाला है ना कुछ किया है। आप 63 लोग आ गए हो, आपके प्यार की भाई अलग किस्म की डेडिकेशन है, मान गए। वी आर हम्बल्ड फर्स्टली फॉर द 70 ऑफ यू। क्या एक्सपेक्ट करें over the course of this tournament? Every 2-3 days we'll catch up.
I would hope so, man. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it depends on you. I think we'll also bring in a couple of people. Starting with Sharda Ugra yesterday, and she's quite keen on being a part of whatever we do on 420 over the course of the tournament. I would like to obviously talk about some of the other issues as well. Not just the football, but like
Of
we can
course,
bring it
ये तो
up. We can make
ये
a
आपका
plan.
वर्ल्ड कप है सर, ये तो आप
Figure
ही का
out.
वर्ल्ड कप
हाँ,
है। ये ये तो आपके लिए पूरा प्लेटर में आया है, ये माल मसाला जो है बात करने के लिए।
yeah, yeah. So I think like people are saying on the chat, I will definitely be following all the Asian teams. Like I was also mentioning earlier, I'll be watching Japan, Iran, Saudi against Argentina. So I mean, like I've already filled in a 5-0 on that count. So hopefully we'll see what happens. But who else is there? Korea, Japan,
ईरान
yeah,
ईरान is there.
Qatar, obviously. Yeah, I'll also get to see Brazil, Argentina, Spain, Germany, France.
पर
Obviously, France.
आप सही है, पर आप जरा 24 साहब को ढूंढो। आई थिंक 24 साहब इज देयर।
Yeah, yeah. No, so I mean, अभी तो एक आध दिन ही हुआ है, and it's been a bit busy, so trying to also find my feet. But eventually, we'll reach out to all of these people and see who's in town when they're in town and try to get them to chat with us at some location here in a wider context also. Maybe if he goes team matches around, get a sense from him. If he is not up for talking about what's happening in India, then maybe he can talk to us about what's happening with the Croatian team,
Yeah.
all of these things, and how he looks at what his perspective is on the wider issues around the World Cup.
Okay.
So that's broadly the plan, yeah. And hopefully you have the time,
I have the time.
yeah,
Don't worry.
and we can have more chats. I would obviously like to do it as often as possible.
Every 2-3 days we'll do it. We'll do one every 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Makes sense. ठीक है. Done, bhai. So then till the group stages, na, you're there. And
Yeah, I mean, as of now, so I mean, because things are kind of working out also with this newspaper and stuff like that, and might be here till the end of the tournament. So
perfect. फिर तो एक बार ही तो जेल जाओगे पक्का।
no, भाई, ऐसा नहीं। No,
भाई
so
आपकी
it's an important thing also to note this. There's a clear thing, like this entire discussion, debate, जो भी हो रहा है ना, it is framed in the context of World Cup exceptionalism. ये ब्राजील में भी हुआ था 2014 में, रशिया में भी हुआ था 2018 में, और यहाँ भी हो रहा है 2022 में. कि जो जब वर्ल्ड कप होता है तो देयर इज अ डिफरेंट सेट ऑफ रूल्स, डिफरेंट सेट ऑफ यू नो feelings, different kind of set of things that apply. So in that time, particularly if you are someone who is coming from outside, right? It's not real life. It's not normal life. This is very much a bubble. And that has to be, and that's the key thing, that like all of these guys who are talking about all kinds of human rights and ye wo and all that, सबसे पहले तो ये एक्सेप्ट करने की जरूरत है कि जिस बबल में आप बैठे हैं और जिस उसके अंदर से आप बात कर रहे हैं, वो आपको याद रखना है कि वही है जो ये सब आ रखे हैं, राइट? जिन्होंने कतर को गाली दिया है, इसको गाली दिया है, दूसरे को मतलब क्वेश्चन किया है. Everyone is here in country. So I'm not, I mean, of course you're making a joke when you're saying jail and all that. But the overall sense is that in this period, you will really have to do something criminal. And I don't mean like offending someone's sensibilities, but like actually criminal to end up in jail, which may not happen 1 month from now. When the World Cup is over on the 20th of December,
it might change completely, back to reality.
Things will change. Things will go back to reality, and we have to always understand and accept that like these kind of events happen in this exceptional scenario.
Fair point.
It's completely manufactured. It's completely fake. None of it is real.
I get it, bhai. I think Arun has given the comment of the show. He's saying, "अरे भाई कहना क्या चाहते हो?"
Right, somebody else is commenting that bringing Igor Stimac will be huge for 420 grams. Igor Stimac has already been on 420 grams. You can check out that.
They're saying as someone who talks about the games.
Right, yeah, sure. I'm not sure if he's here or if he's up for it or any of that. It was just I'll send him a text since you guys want it, and if he's up for it, why not?
Annie bhai, lovely to chat with you, bhai. Take care. Jealous as always. चाहे जितना भी मजाक उड़ाए.
आ जाओ भाई. आ जाओ.
कहाँ है भाई? बाल बच्चे वाले इंसान है, कहाँ है? हमारी दुनिया यही है.
अब देखो ये आपका बबल है.
ये सही बात है. ये मेरा बबल है. अब कुछ सालों का बबल है. मैं ऐसे बैठा रहूंगा इसमें, फिर निकलूंगा इससे. But bhai, good. This was all on Annie. This coming out today and doing a chat for all of you. He pushed and we are live और हमने show कर दिया. I like the way we always give that tone like we're doing them a favor. But it's not that really. It's just this too much, a lot of back end stuff. But अब बात होगी तो हर दूसरे तीसरे दिन हम आएंगे आपके सामने. And एक खबर मिलेगी भाई की कतर से क्या हो रहा है, and with a special focus on the Asian teams, of course. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, anything else?
No. That's good. Any Indian fans out there, let me know your thoughts. By the way, you can send me a whatever on some.
Do connect with us on Instagram. You know our handle. Do connect with us on Twitter. We're there as well. And otherwise, just drop us a comment on YouTube and we'll connect somehow. फिलहाल आप लोग भाई, आप जहाँ भी जिस भी बिल्डिंग में जा रहे हैं जाइए. आप लोग जिस भी कंप्यूटर पे उसको बंद करिए, क्योंकि मैं जा रहा हूँ बीच पे और अब मैं लेटने वाला हूँ बीच पे टिल सनसेट, क्योंकि ये है मेरी दुनिया. Just joking. Take care, guys. Much love, and we'll see you again.
Somebody is asking who is sponsoring my trip. It's a team effort, right? So no one is paying for my trip, but my organization is fortunately giving me paid time off outside the office, so that helps. A friend of mine is putting me up in their beautiful home, so that's another part of it. बाकी अगर आप लोग को लगे कि कोई मतलब थोड़ा थका हारा लग रहा हूँ तो डोनेशन वाला शुरू कर देते हैं.
हाँ, बस भेज देना भाई को.
हाँ, स्पॉन्सर नहीं कर, कोई नहीं कर रहा है स्पॉन्सर.
कोई नहीं कर रहा स्पॉन्सर भाई. ये दिस इज व्हाई भाई की डेडिकेशन अलग है यार. अलग ही किस्म का है, प्यार है आपका. एंड मे दिस कंटिन्यू. मैं तो कह रहा हूँ किताब लिखना एक दिन. जितने स्टेडियम में जाके मैच देखा है ना, किताब बनती है आपकी. deservedly, and I'll be the first one to buy it and read it.
Publish करा
But
देना भाई, लिख देंगे.
ढूंढ लेंगे. Not Harper Collins, we'll find Harper Mishra or something.
Maybe somebody who watches the channel.
Maybe. Okay, now we're just going into that zone of chatting bakwas. So I think it's time for me to shut the show. Bye. मिलते हैं 2-3 दिन बाद. Enjoy the game, yeah. Cracking game, Senegal versus Netherlands. And to all of you, thank you so much for joining us on the show. We'll see you again next time. Goodbye. Take care.